Okay, hey, what's going on, everybody? So, I figured the best thing would be to do a quick walkthrough and give you some of the quick features of this program. All right, so you're going to all be given your login and your password. So when we log in, this is going to look a little differently for you. But basically, what you're going to do is go to the crime scene, for example. Then it's going to give you like this three-dimensional type of walkthrough kind of situation. See, you have the ability to click through these right on the arrow. So you could click on the arrow and then you could see it kind of moving. You have this option here up here, skip travel, which kind of thing that makes things go a little quicker. So if I hit skip travel, now you have a choice of where to go. Let's go this way, front room, where the crime scene actually happened. So if you look here now, you have the ability to go back, arrow, that's movement buttons, or we have the ability to magnify. Okay, so let's go ahead and click magnify there. And this is important to watch now. If you notice, as I go over this, I'm going to click on the magnify and I'm going to hit the examine button because examine has lit up. Okay. See, so nothing has happened there. So let's go back. Okay, made that error again. Click on here, skip travel. Let's go ahead and click on here again. Okay, and now let's magnify. And we're clicking the left button down here to move this. And I want you to keep an eye on the coloring that's going around this magnifier. It's red. And as I get closer to the evidence, it's going yellow. And you note that this is starting to fill in. So that's telling you you're getting warm. Right, so we're getting warmer. We're getting warmer as to what we need to put and or find evidence is. We're looking around here. That's not quite it. Not quite it. And there we go. So notice that it kind of went green, and it kind of give it a little glow and a little orb kind of flash on. Now that means that we found the evidence. So how do we look at it a little closer? Well, we hit examine down here. I clicked examine, and now it's giving me the tool that I need to utilize in order to collect this evidence. So the tweezers lit up. I click tweezers and notice that it's tweezing something. And notice that it says that S has been partially examined. Why? Because I also need to take a picture of it with my camera. Take a picture of that, and S has been filed into evidence. We click here, and we see that 1 out of 8 of the hairs that we need to find has been found. All righty. So now let's go ahead and we just click anywhere. We click evidence here to get rid of that menu. Let's go ahead and get out of this room now. We could just click here to get out of the room. Now, what you can do, what I recommend doing, is collecting all of the evidence in the house first, and you could see that your progress here. Okay. What'll happen is when you have a piece of evidence, you then go up to the lab. Okay. And then you select the lab up here, and we're going to click on that. And that happens to be some hair that we found. So we're going to click on that. We're going to collect the piece of evidence from the hair, and notice that it's been bolded. Now, in the case where you've found all of them, they'll all be bolded. So you need to make sure you're going on the right one. So click on that, and notice here's a piece of the hair. Now we could go all the way up here. We can make it bigger. We can magnify. We can move it back and forth. Why? Because what you're going to do now is you're going to compare it. Okay, so you could drop down here. I would say it's curly, brown. What's the medulla pattern? Well, we need to go back to our notes, right? And we need to find out what the medulla pattern is there. That looks fragmented to me. Click fragmented, et cetera, et cetera. Then what you do is you go to the control. So the control would be who you're suspecting whose hair this is. Now, if you read the story, as you should have, you notice that Alexander Smith has hair that looks like this, and that happens to be near his head. So could we compare that? This one is, I'd say, straight. This color looks gray to me. Select, and it looks like it's fragmented as well. the medulla structure here. There's the lattice and the scale pattern. We'll just put as coronal for now. And there you go. Okay. Now what you could do is, are you sure you want to submit? When you submit, you don't want to be able to make changes. Okay. So we hit the submit. This lab is incomplete and answer all the parts. So it's going to give you an indication that you still need to add more information, which I believe is here, here, and here. Okay. So now I'm going to hit submit and let's see if that works. Okay. Still telling me it's incomplete. Let's see what's incomplete on the, oh, because we need to do all of the hair. That's why. So we have to find all of this hair. And once we do that, we hit submit. And what you're doing here is you're trying to guess whose hair this is based on what you're seeing. Okay. So that's like an example of the hair. Now that also applies for when we go back to the crime scene. Okay. And we're going through the house collecting evidence and we fill up all the evidence slots per se. Then we go to the lab, do our analysis and hit submit. Okay, so that's the first part that we want to kind of start getting used to in the first couple of days. There'll be more instructional videos to come. All right, hope that helped.